We're back at the Meeple on Board booth, who's been very kind to sponsor us once again, so we can take a look at some absolutely incredible games this year. So stay tuned and welcome to So Play We All at Spiel 2025. If you have seen the previous video, we went into mind reading kind of game, and now we're going into push your luck kind of game. Just this is very different. It looks very different. It feels very different. Tell me about Riskit.
Riskit. As you can imagine, indeed, it's not a completely a push your luck game.
Oh,
I have
okay.
to correct you because
Okay.
it's a push everyone's luck game.
Okay, fine.
That's the twist to the game because as you'll see when I explain it, while you're playing, you have to keep constant attention because you can be out in other players' turns as well,
Okay.
which makes it a very interactive game. So the setup is really easy. What you do is you have these exit tiles and you put them in numerical order up to the number of players you have.
Okay.
So let's say we have 5 players. We'll use these. And the only thing you do on your turn is simply take a card and place it in front of you.
Okay.
What we're all trying to do in 5 rounds is get as rich as possible.
Okay.
You'll see here the treasure on each card,
Yeah.
but that's only really matters at the end of a round.
Okay.
What you have to pay attention to is that there's 5 different types of threats. So here I drew a piranhas, and it has a value of 3.
Okay.
Now, imagine there's a danger zone here in the center of the table, and that's shared with
Yeah.
all the players around the table.
Okay.
Your highest threat you have in front of you, so if it's your first card, it will always be your highest threat. That goes into the danger zone.
Okay.
All other cards at later stage you'll keep here. That's it, that's a turn, then it's the next player's turn and they draw a snakes.
Okay.
It's of course your highest card, so it goes into the danger zone, closer to the center. Followed by the next player, who draws a crocodile. Someone else draws a snake as well, so you have to start paying attention.
Okay.
I'll explain why in a second. And then there's
Oh,
even
another
a
one?
third, there's another snake.
Okay.
So why is this called the danger zone? That's because if at any point one type of threat goes over 12, so 13 or higher, and you're reminded of that by the number 13 here on the back of every card,
Okay.
every player facing that threat will die.
Oh.
So right now, every one of you still has a snake in front of them, and the total is 9. So you're still fine. You can keep in the game. But let's say it's my turn again. So this is a lower threat. These spiders just have a value of 2. So these remain below, and I keep facing the piranhas.
Okay.
Maybe you take scorpions. That's higher than your snake, so it gets
swaps.
Exactly. So
So
now,
I would be out of danger for now because it's not a snake. that
yeah,
I'm-
now you're in danger
Okay.
with the scorpions.
Yes.
But the total of the
Of
scorpions
course,
is
but
now
there are no
only a
scorpions
4.
at the moment, so we're fine.
Exactly. So
Okay.
you can keep going around the table like this. So the 3 is lower than the 4,
Yeah.
so it remains here. This 4 is higher than the 3. So now
So
the
it's
snakes,
swapped.
all of a sudden for this player, not that big of a deal anymore. But the crocodile players
Yeah.
are starting to sweat because they're up at 8 already. But you know, for the crocodiles, the snakes and the piranhas are always either 3 or 4. The scorpions and the spiders, though, they switch numbers all the
Okay.
time. So these are a bit, the arachnids are less predictable.
Okay.
If you ever draw a card that has the same threat, you stack them, and now of course this threat is worth 4 points, meaning it's higher than the piranhas. We keep going.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, you
so
get the
now-
5. So right now we're at 9 spiders already. So this is getting kind of hairy for us. Meaning that if this player exactly draws this 5,
Yeah.
the 5 is highest. This would be 14 in total, meaning
it's-
all of us are dead. And that means you have to draw an exit tile and put it on the coffin token to indicate that you bit the bullets and you're out of the round without any chance of grabbing loot at the end of the round.
Okay.
So, how do you prevent this? At any point, you don't have to wait until your own turn, but at any point during the game, so let's say this didn't happen yet, you can say, I'm going to chicken out. You're welcome to do so. You just take the top tile and place it here. That means you're safe for this round. Except that the higher number is usually worse for getting treasure. So if now this player takes the 5, we're still at 14, you're safe, but the 2 of us are dead. Then it's time for these to continue, but they can also chicken out, of course, if they want to, because if they also draw spiders, they'll be out.
Yes.
We keep playing like this until the panther tile is revealed. So let's say this player also chickens out, panther tile automatically goes to the last player.
Okay.
Right then, it's time to collect treasure. All the cards that are outside the danger zone are discarded. The player with the number 1 is the first to get treasure, and they'll take, of course, these 2 6s in front of me. Then it's the number 2 player, and they'll take this 2 because they're all worth 2.
Okay.
Then it's the number 5 player, you're up. You'll also get this one. The cards aren't done yet, so this player will take this 2. And this card has a special ability, doesn't have any treasure, so this one gets discarded before you start collecting loot. This means that the longer you dare to stay in the round, the higher your treasure will be.
Well, the more chances of getting this
guy
out of the game.
Exactly. So it means that you have to estimate like when's a good time to chicken out for me, what risk am I taking. You get a bunch of special cards, for instance this one. If you have a card with a feather token in front of you, if you decide to chicken out, you have to discard this card, meaning everybody else that is also facing these spiders has a sigh of relief, because now you take 5 points worth of spiders outside. Maybe you don't want to, but if you don't want to give that relief to the other players, you'll have to stay in the round as well. And you have a bunch of other special cards like this one. You get to choose which side it is. Some very simple little additions to a very basic game that give it just a little bit of extra spice. And if I can get into the optional cards now. So that was just a basic game, which you can teach, like I taught you, in like 2 minutes, and you're ready to go, right? So there are these cards which are called the special treasure cards. If you draw any one with this kind of symbol, you place it in the center of the table, which now also becomes an available treasure. It's worth 1 point, but you don't take it because of just the 1 point. You take it because if you have it on in a later round, when you start collecting treasure, you can discard this to collect twice in a row. Which means that if you have a backpack in front of you, you really want to get a low card number, because then you can collect really high. So this is a way off of, do you want to take a treasure from somebody else, or do I want a special backpack? The machete, if you take it, it allows you to kill a card before it would kill you, but you would have to take it, but you're also saving other people at the table, right? Is that worth it? You can try and bribe people to get out of the game, because if they chicken out before you, you'll have a better number. But if they get it, if they take it, they'll score 4 points. With the Panther Juice, you can stop someone else from exiting the round, and so on. They've got a bunch of extra special cards that spice up the game, but you can usually, in my experience, you can add after 1 round. But if you're play with less experienced players, it's perfectly fine to just play the base game, and then add these at your leisure.
Okay. This looks like it could be an absolutely hilarious game.
Yes.
Oh, please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Yeah.
Shit, you've done this.
Yes, it's nail biting. It's not only nail biting what you'll draw, but it's also nail biting what somebody else will draw. And it's also, if you're out of the round, you're still very much invested because you want other people to kick the bucket, because that means you'll have a bigger loot if you chicken out early. So let's say you chicken out with the 5 and everybody else dies, you get the lot of it. You get everything. So I designed it in such a way that you're invested the entire time, and it also. I also made a very low threshold so everybody can enjoy this.
That sounds pretty good. Of course, this has not been published yet.
No, this is the prototype, which I picked up 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, for a prototype, it's actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
I'd say the materials are pretty excellent. So
yes.
This is going to end up being a very nice looking game.
I'll make sure of it, I promise.
Good. Well, I hope you find a publisher as soon as possible, because I think this could be an absolutely brilliant party game to backstab your friends and see their faces as they suffer.
Exactly, that's the goal.
So, just thank you very much indeed, my friend, and I'll see you in the next video.
Excellent.
Good.